For those more eagle-eyed of you, you've perhaps noticed that we are once again testing the Mazda CX-3, which we've done before. So why are we doing it? Well, I don't want to test the car as such this time, as much as I want to actually look at the Mazda's technologies they use, which are actually quite interesting. Our YouTube channel has seen a few differently clothed CX-3s in snowy white, a lovely blue, and in red. So, Mazda's everywhere, but I'm not going to be concentrating on the color now, but like I've said, on the tech. This CX-3 is equipped with the most powerful 2-liter petrol engine offered, which sports 120 kilowatts and 210 Nm of torque. In the near future, it will be replaced by the HCCI motor, which will operate at very high compression. But let's leave that for when that technology will actually be used in their cars. If I can just stop for a moment to look at some more easily understood stuff, Mazdas are nicely made. The materials are quite nice to the touch, the buttons of high quality, the seats comfortable, and the car fun to drive. The CX-3 offers leather-wrapped seats in the higher equipment levels, although I am not sure why leather is only available in brown, while all other combinations like this white and gray only comes in partial leather. Now it's time to talk about Mazda's Skyactiv Solutions, which is a bunch of technology and ideas with the aim of making their cars lighter, more efficient, and smarter. Let me talk you through the all-wheel drive system that's in this Mazda CX-3. Now, the computer takes care of all the calculations. I've been told that it uses more than 27 different sensors on the car, like how fast you're going, where the steering wheel is pointing, if you have your wipers on, if it's raining, what you had for dinner last time, what you want for Christmas. It takes all of that and puts it in a mixer, and then when it comes out, that's the data the computer needs to know how much power it's going to send to the rear wheels. And now it can send up to 50% to the rear wheels, and that basically means that the car is going to be much more stable in the corners, or maybe on mud or snow or whatever. And here's the funny thing, I know for a fact that this car isn't half bad, slightly off-road, not serious off-road, but slightly off-road. But then I read in the user's manual that it actually says this car should not be driven off-road. Do not drive it off-road. Oops, so don't do it. The second thing I'd like to talk about is the start-stop system. Now, I hate the start-stop system in modern cars. It's just an annoyance that keeps turning off your engine at every single opportunity. And every time I turn on the car, I have to press that start-stop button just to shut off the system, so I don't have to switch out the batteries every 7 days or so. But in the Mazda, the start-stop system is called the I-stop, because of course you need to put eyes in front of everything, because that's cool. But how this system works is a little bit different. It also uses a lot of sensors. So for example, if you're on a slope, it's not going to turn off the engine, because, well, you need the power instantly when you want to start going again, because maybe you're not using the handbrake. And also, it's very interesting how the system stops the engine. It doesn't just stop it, it actually stops it at precisely the moment when in a 4-cylinder engine, when 2 of the pistons will have compression. So that means that when the car gets going again, it's a lot easier for the starter motor to actually start the engine, because 2 of the pistons are in position to immediately have an explosion and go. So, yeah, Mazda has a lot of these tiny little technological solutions, which as a whole gets you quite a lot of, well, nice efficiency. Very interesting. Anyone still awake? Okay. For those 3 of you still watching, I can tell you I'm quite excited to see those HCCI or homogeneous charge compression ignition engines. Under some conditions, they won't need to use spark plugs, and if I understand it all correctly, they'll be able to run on a variety of fuels: diesel, petrol, and other alternatives. Not only that, Mazda claims up to 30% higher efficiency and less harmful emissions.